Hello everyone, welcome to our last video of the course Code of Life. You might be wondering, who is this person standing there? Where is Mathieu? My name is Harry and I'm also a member of the teaching team. That's why I'm here today. One of our goals for the course was to provide you with some hands-on experience on genome analysis. For this purpose, we will have two tasks to be accomplished by you. One of them using the Genome browser and the other one using the Medical Knowledge Cockpit. So in this video, I will just show you briefly how to use the tools and how to extract the information you need to answer the exercises. The Genome browser and the Medical Knowledge Cockpit have already been briefly discussed by Mathieu in previous videos, and with the Genome browser you can interactively explore genetic variants, you can identify SNPs, insertions and deletions, you can see whether the changes, the variants are functional or non-functional, you can identify associated diseases using knowledge that is available on international databases. With the Medical Knowledge Cockpit, you can interactively explore medical data sources and information about a patient. All of the queries that are performed on the Medical Knowledge Cockpit are patient-centered, meaning that all the results are the most relevant results possible for that specific patient. And all of this analysis can be done in real time. And in particular, the Medical Knowledge Cockpit enables you to link back to the original sources to see where that information is coming from. Moving right along to the Genome browser. With the Genome browser, you can detect and perform different tasks. As you remember from our course, after sequencing, the first step is to perform alignment of this genome sequence, and that's what the Genome browser enables you to do. You can define pipelines. These have also been discussed. You can perform a parallelized job execution and perform task scheduling. Once alignment has been performed, the Genome browser also enables you to identify specific chromosome positions, to identify associated diseases, and even the affected genes for that specific mutation. But how are we going to do this? How can you do this? On the OpenHPI platform, you have a link for this exercise. You see this orange bar here. You just will click on this bar and you will automatically be forwarded to the Analyze Genomes platform, to the Genome browser. On the Genome browser, you see a list of alignment tasks. As I said, once the data is generated by the genome sequencing, this data has to be aligned, and each of these lines that are being displayed here are one specific alignment task. And this task was performed based on a user-defined pipeline based on specific parameters on a reference genome as well. Once you click on one specific task, you'll be forwarded to a list of genetic variants. You're going to have a display of all the positions in the genome which are different from the reference. So if you see here, you have all the information on the specific positions, on the chromosome number that have been affected. You have the diseases that are related to that specific mutation, and even the genes that are affected by this mutation. If you go ahead and click on one of those genetic variants, you will be forwarded to the Genome browser itself. Here on the top, you see, on the very top, you see the reference, you see an excerpt of the genome, a small subset of the genome where this mutation occurs. And you also see 6 different lines here, 6 different rectangles, lines of rectangles. You will recognize those. These are the amino acids that have been extracted from this genome sequence, and in particular, you see 6 of those because these are the different reading frames. Each of these lines where you see these rectangles with the amino acids are different reading frames. As you remember, you can start reading the genome at position 1, or position 2, or position 3. And each of those will provide you with a different amino acid sequence. And you can see here on our Genome browser all of these possible reading frames. Specifically, you can also see the start and the end codons. I'll just scroll down for you to see better what's hidden down. And you can see here that there's some highlighted icons here. You see the specific position, for example, which is colored yellow, and that's a position where the gene is different from the reference. If you see, all of these mutations are also displayed. For example, this single mutation in that position caused the amino acids to be different as well. So you can easily see and directly see the different reading frames where mutations occurred. If you go ahead and click on a specific mutation like that, you will have automatically lots of information on that specific mutation. You have, for example, what is the PubMed article that is related to the disease, the medical database. You have several pieces of information that can be that are related with that specific mutation. As you remember from one of the videos, we discussed on different annotation databases, and all of these annotation databases, or some of them, are already automatically linked with that specific mutation. So as a researcher, you don't need to manually look for all of these data sources. They're available at a specific spot. So much for our Genome browser. We will move over to the Medical Knowledge Cockpit and how to access the Medical Knowledge Cockpit. On the same page, you can just click on the other link. You can click on this Medical Knowledge Cockpit link, and once you click that, you'll be redirected to the welcome screen of the Medical Knowledge Cockpit. On the right side, you have a brief description of the patient, in this case, Jane, and on the left side, you have a box for search terms. As I mentioned in the beginning, all the searches that are performed in the Medical Knowledge Cockpit, they are patient-centered, meaning that only the most relevant results for the specific patient will be delivered. We can go ahead and try some search terms here. I'll just give you a quick example of this. And you have automatically a screen with different results, with different information. I'll just walk you through each of these pieces of information. For example, here you have already automatically definition of medical terms, of the terms that you have searched for, which are context sensitive. Moving over, you have lists of the latest research papers in clinical trials as well that are related to those specific search terms and the patient. And further, you can even analyze the pathways that are involved in those search terms. As you can see here, you have a very extensive network of different signaling pathways, and all of this is already a part of the Medical Knowledge Cockpit. So to recap, I just walked you through two of our tools, the Genome browser and the Medical Knowledge Cockpit, and they will be featured in two assignments on the Code of Life course. If you have any questions, of course, you can just write to us, you can post on the forum, and we'll be glad to go and answer your questions regarding these exercises. I hope you enjoyed our course. It was a lot of fun for us to prepare this for you, and I hope you also had a lot of fun participating, and I look forward to seeing you being more active in medical research, and I hope we've been able to spark your curiosity to dive deep into this field. Thank you.